property development is not easy. Like, it's gonna kind of be like a walk in the park, but boy, was I wrong. And if I'm being transparent, I think I probably would have lost less. So 12 months of doing development, is it worth it? Yes, welcome back to the channel. Today, my plan today, meet up one of my boys, just filming something quickly with him. And then, yeah, gotta go to one of my other properties, still meet a social housing provider or support living provider at one of my properties. So yeah, that's the plan for today. So in Canary Wharf at the moment, man. But yeah, man, been thinking a lot over the past 12 months, man. Been reflecting on my journey into property development. Just reflecting on how I even got to the position that I am today with all the projects that I've got going on. And honestly, man, property development is not easy. Like, property development is much harder than I thought. It's kind of crazy though, because going into it, you have this, well, I don't know about everyone else, but I definitely had this expectation that it's certain, once you have access to money or whatever, like, it's gonna kind of be like a walk in the park, but boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I wrong. Like, it's crazy, man. The amount of money that I've quote unquote lost from going into property development. Like, my first 12 months in property development, man, it's been mental. The amount that I've lost, honestly, man, I kid you not, I lost a lot, man. I lost a lot. And if I'm being transparent, I think I probably would have lost less if I probably had somebody to kind of guide me and help me. I think with rent to rent, when I went into rent to rent, obviously surrounding myself with other people who were doing it, doing well, and I could kind of learn from them. But with property development, I didn't do that. And for me, I think that's one of the biggest mistakes that I made. I think I probably thought it was going to be easier than what it was. You know, obviously I went with my business partner. You know, we had two different, together were two different, we had two different qualities, different type of qualities to the business, which is great. But I think both of us, I think in hindsight, I think if we actually look back, I think we probably would say we would have benefited more if we had somebody there to kind of guide us and help us. Because a lot of the mistakes that we made were definitely avoidable. They were definitely avoidable mistakes, man. You know, from the very first project that we done, obviously we done 3 HMO projects in 12 months. Well, 2 of them are probably going to be complete within the next month or so. But yeah, 3 HMO projects in 12 months from people who were not necessarily in that development field like that. You know, I obviously come from rent to rent background. Our business partner come from a construction background. So obviously we do have some fair knowledge. However, it's a different ball game when you're going into it, and I think we probably learned the hard way, man, in terms of the importance of surrounding yourself with people who are already doing it. But yeah, the amount of money that we put into it, oh, it's mental. It's absolutely mental, man. Honestly, with property development, like, I understand why some people say they have no money. Because when money comes in, it's going straight back out. A lot of people, they want to put in, let's say, £10,000 and expect like £10,000 return. So I think I realized a lot of people's expectations weren't in line with what is probably realistic. So yeah, man, I think when it came to raising finance, I do feel like that was a struggle, man. Raising finance was definitely a struggle. I feel like it's going to be easier with obviously showing what I'm doing with the developments and things like that, but it definitely was a struggle, man, and I can't lie, I wasn't prepared for that. I think there were definitely a lot of times when I was thinking like, bro, like, how on earth are we going to raise the money? But fortunately, some investors have come through, but without a shadow of a doubt, a lot of the money came from us more than what we wanted to. So I think, yeah, my advice for a lot of people who are actually going into property development is make sure you have some money, man. Make sure you have some money. But yeah, man, I think reflecting on the last 12 months, man, it's been a lot of learning curves, man. But it's been blessings as well, because I went straight from rent to rent, which is obviously what I knew, what I still know, and it's what I'll say is relatively easy, to developments. And to be honest, I could have probably just continued to rent to rent and stayed in my comfort zone, but I feel like in life and in business, you're not there to just stay in your comfort zone. Like, you have to stretch yourself, you have to push yourself, because there's no point in life of just doing what you know, because really and truly rent to rent is great, but there's still more out there. And for me, the main reason that I actually want to do developments as well is because with rent to rent it's great, but you don't own the property. With developments, I now own the property, well, we now own the property. So the project that we're doing, we're now going to be getting cash flow forever.
What do you do to get an office in Canary Wharf essentially? And then,
okay, cool.
Yeah. So
but with me, were you saying, are we still going WeWork?
So yeah, we can do WeWork or because it depends how we want to do it. Because I think with you, I was even thinking WeWork, or if you're, for example, near an apartment building, and I can be like, oh, what are you doing? Like, I'm just house, in apartments. I'll be like, okay, cool. What do you do to?
Okay, cool. Makes sense.
It just has to have context to it. But I should be done in like. I'm gonna try and be quick in 10 minutes. We're just trying to do shots again.
Yeah, that's calm. Shout me, innit?
Alright, cool.
Alright, bro, safe. Denzel's another person, man, I have a lot of respect for, man. I feel like in this industry, like, when I went into property, yeah, I remember somebody once said to me, like, listen, there's a lot of selfish, there's a lot of sharks, there's a lot of people who are just greedy, man, but people like Denzel, man, I can't lie, man, he's a great person. Denzel's actually one of the first, he's actually one of the reasons I actually kind of got into property, man. I remember, I think I was working at Prime School at the time. I see a post from a guy, he must have been like 16 at the time or something, I don't even know. And I see a young man with a suit and some other older white guy, and he was talking about how he got into property, and he was 16 or 17 or something like that. And I just remember sending it to my boy, I was like, rah, man, look at this guy, he's 16, man, he started his own property journey through like whether rent to rent or whatever. I remember sending it to my boy, and then yeah, long story short, that same mentor, I can't remember how I got in touch with him, but we started speaking and he put me and Denzel in touch with each other, and then obviously me and Denzel became friends, man. But yeah, man, I can't lie, in this property game, you need to surround yourself with people who are just good, clean-hearted people, man. And Denzel is definitely one of them, man. So yeah, in life in general, man, you need to surround yourself with people who are clean-hearted, people who are like hustlers as well, man. So yeah, man, that's one thing I'll definitely advise people, man. Like, who you surround yourself with is key. A lot of people have messaged me asking me what it is that I do. So for those that don't know, I specialize in the Airbnb strategy, specifically with rent to rent. I also do property developments. So if you're someone who's been watching my page and you're interested in getting started in property, but you don't know where to start, whether that's through Airbnb or another method, feel free to drop me a DM on my Instagram. My Instagram is _EZY property. Or you can click the link in the description and book a call with me or my team. So 12 months of doing development, is it worth it? Personally, I'll say it's definitely been worth it for me so far, because I feel like the things that I've learned from doing property development, you know, I can't unlearn them, you know, and I feel like now I'm more well-rounded, whereas before I was limited to maybe deal sourcing, rent to rent, but I feel like with property development, especially the things that I want to do in the future as well, I definitely feel like this was an important stage. But if I'm being completely honest, there are definitely certain things that I dislike with property development. Like, I think for me, the thing that I hate the most about property development is all the people involved. It sounds mad, man, but like all dealing with the solicitors, the builders, the contractors and stuff like that. I can't lie, I think I hate them. So let me even not hate them, I dislike them. You know, because, boy, people are just slow. Like, people are just proper slow. Like, people are just unreliable. You know, I can't lie, like, when I went into this industry, the property development side of things, people always told me that, builders, all of that stuff, you got to watch them, all that, bro. I don't even know why it is here, but some of them, they just start off so good, and then, bro, some people just let their work, I can't even say too much in it because they might be watching this, man, but boy, pick your team wisely, man. Pick your team wisely. Made too many L's from all this, from these people, man. But yeah, I think the people involved in property development is what makes it stressful. Just dealing with all the day-to-day running and everything, it's just long, I can't lie. But obviously the added value, that's the exciting part, as I said, man. But yeah, I think reflecting on these past 12 months, I'm grateful. Grateful is definitely the most important words, because as I said, within 12 months, we've basically done 3 HMO projects. 3 HMO projects in 12 months. Like, we've been able to meet up with, network with different, we've been able to partner with investors in some projects. We've been able to do some stuff for ourselves. Like, what we've learned, like, is invaluable. And to be honest, I can't lie, HMOs actually excites me. Like, we're currently on the verge of, you know, we've got some other ones in the pipeline. So there should be a few more purchases this year, which is good. And I say this with all the stress that I've gone through. I'm still putting myself through more stress by wanting to buy more. It sounds crazy, man, but it is what it is. But I think one of the benefits, I think, for anybody who's obviously going into any part of business is you have to surround yourself with people who are doing it. But yeah, man, property development, I think it looks more sexy than it is on social media. Because when you're actually in it, man, honestly, there were times I was even thinking, like, I just want to focus on what I'm focusing on. I just want to do rent to rent and just keep making money from that. Like, there were so many times I felt like just, it feels like it's long, man. But I feel like when you come on the other side, you're more grateful. Even now, man, I'm just deep in how much money I've actually lost. Like, when I look at my bank account, money comes in from my other businesses. Bro, I'm getting a call saying, we need to pay the bill to that. Clinton's like, we got to pay for the kitchen. We got to pay for this. I'm like, bro, isn't the money finished now? Like, it just feels like it's one thing after the other. But you know what? I think obviously, and I'll say it's a blessing and a curse, because we decided to do 3 projects at a time, or 3 projects straight away, HMO projects, when most people do property development, they are just doing, they might start off fairly small, it might just be a single property that they're just developing, whether it's like a 2-bed to a 3-bed, or just adding value, a simple BRR. But we done 3 HMO projects in the space of 12 months from people who had no experience with HMOs. So it was always going to be difficult. Like, it was always going to be difficult. But would I change it? I think the only thing I would change is having someone there to actually help us, like an actual mentor who can be able to, like, spot all these potential mistakes. Because I think if we had that, we would have 100% saved tens of thousands. Because from these 3 projects, we've lost tens of thousands. I don't even want to say the actual amount because I think I feel sick. But from this 3 projects, we've lost too much money, man. Too much money. But I guess what's on the other side is the experience, and the experience is invaluable. So yeah, man, so many lessons, man. But I think as we continue to do more and more developments, more and more projects, like, the lessons are always gonna be, there to be learned, innit? But it's just about minimizing the costs, because mistakes are costly, man, especially in this property development game.